So if you want to start dropshipping in 2025 and see results like this, results like this, results like this, and I can keep on going, $78,000 in a single day, all from high ticket dropshipping, then you need to listen to this video on the exact steps to start dropshipping correctly in 2025. You see, $30,000 orders with low ticket dropshipping would take thousands of orders. You can get that with just 4 orders. Now, I'm not saying you can 100% just copy this guy's same process, because he is in a niche where he has very, very high AOV. But even if you have an AOV of like 3,000 times 4, that's still 12,000 in a single day with just 4 orders, and that's all very achievable if you follow the exact steps that I'm going to highlight inside of this video. So the number one step to get started with building your dropshipping business in 2025 is going to be setting up your business. And why this is so important is because you need a business to actually work with reputable suppliers. This is not AliExpress or low ticket traditional dropshipping where you're just going to build a Shopify store. You're going to work with AliExpress suppliers, CJ Dropshipping, all the DS. Those are not suppliers. I've had to say this thousands and thousands of times, and I'll keep saying it until people will realize those are not suppliers that you want to work with long term. Especially right now when I'm recording it, there's tariffs, and there's even less reasons to even use those suppliers in the first place. So step number 1 is going to be setting up your business. So you need to set up your business, form an LLC. And the best way to do that is through Doula. So we are partnered, or my company is partnered with Doula, and you can get 10% off. I do get affiliate commissions to be fully transparent. And you can use the 10% discount code to get 10% off the order with Doula. Doula is similar to like LegalZoom, Buffalo Registered Agents if you're outside the US, but Doula is like all in one. It doesn't matter where you are. You can be in Canada, Mexico, anywhere in Europe, Asia, Australia, Africa, anywhere. And you can use Doula to set up your business LLC and start selling in the US. I'm not a tax professional, so they know the laws in terms of like each country, like Canada, US, or Mexico, the US, and all those specific laws. So though you can get started with Doula, go to doula.com/speakflow, and you can book free consultation calls if you have any questions to get all your tax questions answered through Doula. So you also need a resource certificate. So depending on the state that you're registered in, Doula can also help you with that, but it's also relatively easy because all you have to do is literally search resource certificate and then the state that you're registered in. So for example, if I'm in New York, all I really have to do is search up the New York resource certificate, fill this out, fill out the purchaser information. That's going to be my business name, primarily sell. I would put all tangible goods, New York vendor. Click that. I'm purchasing service for resale, including service of tangible goods. So you click that, and that's part 2. You would click on purchasing tangible personal property for resale in state. So put New York, sign your name here, or put your name here, sign it, and then put date that you prepared. Seller name. So each one of these resource certificates you're going to send to each supplier to avoid taxes, because you're not supposed to pay taxes if you're going to be buying for resale. So put the seller name, so the supplier name, their address here, and then the purchaser name is going to be your information. So if you're in New York, put your New York address, and then you want to select blanket certificate. I'm engaged in the business of online retail, and principally sell all tangible goods. So that's how I would fill it out. Each state is a little bit different, but that's generally what you want to fill out. Okay, banking and credit cards. So for banking, I recommend Wise. You can use Mercury and other banks as well. For credit cards, I highly recommend the Spark 2% Cash Plus. They actually looks like they just introduced the Spark 2% Cash, which is similar. I mean, it looks exactly the same. $95 annual fee. And then this Cash Plus, this is the one I had. They just introduced this. This is $150 annual fee. So you're paying $55 more per year. But if you spend $150K annually, you refund this fee. So for me, this card has been free for the past 3 years I've been using it, because I've always spent more than $150,000 in a given year. Because with high ticket, that's very easy. A few months of just running ads and product costs, even if you're not doing that much revenue, easily rack up all that spend, and you get all this cash back, and you get a sign-up bonus. So again, these cards are only if you're in the US. If you're outside the US, unfortunately, you cannot get any of these cards. So you can earn $4,000 in bonuses, $2K when you spend $30K in the first 3 months, and $2K for every $500K spent in the first year. So, go crazy with the spend, but, be controllable, because this is a credit card, and that you do have to pay off the money, the spend that you put on the card. It's not like just spend, and just not pay off the card. That would not use it responsibly. Okay, a credit card is just a tool. If you use it responsibly, you get the cash back. I've never paid a single penny in interest in the past 4 years that I had credit cards. I got my first credit card at 18 on my birthday, and I'm 22 now. It's never paid a single cent in credit card interest, and I've earned over at least 50,000 plus in cash back rewards. So it is definitely worthwhile to use it. So step 2 is we're going to research a niche, because once you have our business set up, then you want to pick a niche. So you want to pick 3 product types, and any niche can work if you stick to it long enough. But there are some competitive niches like saunas, massages, fireplaces, greenhouses. They're a little bit more competitive. And if you don't know what you're doing, and if it's your first store, I would not recommend those niches, because it is generally pretty difficult, unless you're actually experienced and know exactly what to do, to crack into those niches. So for niche research, I have lots of videos on exactly how to do that, but I recommend honestly just going to the link in the description and joining the free school community, because in the free school community, we have over 5.3 thousand members, and in the classroom section, I show you exactly how to pick a niche, what makes a good niche, picking a niche, the perfect amount of niche down, filling out the niche research sheet, the niche angle, and optionally, you can book a call directly with me for done for you niche selection. Again, this is a paid service, because this is part of the coaching program. That's what they get inside the coaching program. But if you want to make sure your niche is good, then you can book a direct call with me, and then we will hop on a call, go over if the niche is a good niche to go into, if it has high potential, and narrow it down to just one niche. Because I usually don't offer this service, but there's been a lot of demand for this. And also, some of my very early clients, they work directly with me with the niche selection. And one guy specifically, they're twins, maybe not twins, I think they're just brothers, but they had only $500 in the bank, and they built a store up to $1 million a month. That's literally what happened over the past 1 year with them. I was able to help them get to 100K a month, and then past that, they really didn't get any help, because all you really had to do is inject more spend into the business, and they were just keep able to spend more into ads, reinvest profits back into the business, and yeah, they're doing well over $1 million a month. But that just shows you the power of high-tech e-commerce, and if you're truly about it, then you can scale as high as you want. For website setup, you want to use the Empire theme. This is a great theme, and it just checks all the boxes of what makes a good theme. Now, there are other themes that you can use, like Expanse, Shoptimize, but in terms of like the themes, you can go to the Shopify theme store, go to paid themes. All the free ones are absolutely garbage. So just go to the paid themes. You can look for things that have like a search bar in the middle that is good for a large catalog and can display information. You don't want it to be sexy. You want it to be industrial. So it's like easy to read information. Like, for example, enterprise theme. I'm just looking at this now. It's like has a search bar, has all this navigation, very well built out. That's really what you want. The search bar is the main thing, and then the catalog, for example, if you go to a collection page, you can see he has filters, he has sort by, and all the other necessary things of what makes a good theme. All right, so you want to model after stores that are already using this theme. For example, Recover for Athletes, Nintendo is literally using Empire as well, and then you want to use Canva for the logo. Some of the apps I use, you can pause this screen. This is exactly all the apps I use. And then for closing suppliers, research suppliers, how to close it, get the contact information in a sheet, and start dialing closing suppliers. I have 2 videos that I made on how to find these suppliers and how to actually close them using a proven script that I've used to close over 300 plus suppliers. Upload the suppliers to your website. In terms of launching ads, Google Shopping ads are going to be your best friend, because of the fact that they're very high intent. They are way cheaper than search text ads. And with shopping ads, these are shopping ads. For example, if someone's looking to buy a Sony camera, these are shopping ads where it has a picture of the product, attributes like free 2-day shipping or pick up today, the actual title, the price, the brand, the reviews, returns, and then attributes for the actual product. Search text ads, probably not on any of this page, but they're going to say add next to the actual search text or the actual search result, and it might have an image like this, and it might have the price here as well. So that is what is a search text ad versus a shopping ad. You want to start with shopping ads first. You want to have 3 campaigns per brand, and I have videos on exactly how to set up the shopping ads I made a couple months ago. Basically, you want to set up the back end of Google, so Google Search Console, Simprosys, Merchant Center, install the apps from this step, and then you want to also install Klaviyo, so you have email marketing and also live chat. So those are exactly what you want to do for launching ads, and then this is where you can optimize and scale. So high level overview is you want to spend evenly across your campaigns when you're testing brands. I would just test 3 brands at a time. Brands have MAP, and then MAP stands for minimum advertised price, which just means that all the products that you're going to be selling, nobody can undercut you on price. For example, the Sony a6700 camera, the MAP price might be $13.99, meaning that anyone else cannot sell lower than $13.99. And if they do, then Sony will contact that dealer and tell her, hey, what's going on? Why are you selling under MAP? For example, this guy is selling $1 on the MAP, but this is the body of the camera only. So I'm not sure exactly if that includes a lens or not, but that's an example of Sony like having MAP. Like people are not supposed to be selling under the $13.99 price, and if they are, like for example this Walmart seller right here, then they might have to, the Sony might reach out to the seller on Walmart and get them updating the price or remove them as a seller. That's what you want as a supplier, is suppliers that enforce MAP. So essentially the high level overviews, you want to spend evenly across all the campaigns, mostly in the medium/low campaigns. If you know what that means, essentially you want to target keywords like Sony a6700, Sony camera, instead of just DSLR camera or just camera, because those are more higher intent. Someone searching a6700, they already know what model they want. Someone searching Sony camera, do they want a A7 IV or A67 or ZV-10? Okay, even if you don't know what cameras mean, that's completely fine. These are just different models of cameras. And then someone searching camera is even more generic. So someone searching camera, do they want a Matterport Professional $6,000 camera, or do they want a Panasonic? Do they want a Sony? Do they want a Canon? Or do they just want a film camera, or instant camera? Or do they want a GoPro? You don't know. So that's why you want to target people at the very bottom of the funnel, like Sony a6700, which is a specific model, and Sony camera, which it narrows it down way more than just camera. You want to spend most of your budget towards high intent keywords. And to see what works, and you want to refine and distribute the spend to what campaign and what products are working. This is a constant process. Google Ads is a never-ending process of refining, optimizing, and also scaling. So at the end of the day, the key thing that you want to take away from this is you want to spend more on what's already working for ad accounts. So you want to test and spend more on what's not working once you find products and brands that do well for your store. And the last step is going to be hiring plus business operations. This is my specialty, which is essentially using Slack for team communication, using automation, setting up Trello for your SOPs and orders and to-do lists, and making sure your team is flowing in motion. Okay, this is not just something that most business owners make up. This is actually very, very important. You need SOPs, you need actual systems in place for your business to flow. And most people don't know this because people don't even get to that point where they even need SOPs. People don't even reach 100K a month with most Shopify stores. So if you reach 100K a month before, then you probably know at least a little bit about SOPs, automations, orders, and building a team. But if you've never done even past 100K a month, then you probably don't know what this is. So I have videos on exactly all of these steps, but this is a high-level overview exactly how to start dropshipping in 2025 to make high-ticket sales, just like how my clients are. This is literally yesterday, $36,000 in just 4 orders. Okay, that's it for now. Now see you guys in next video.